Today, we're going to talk about the dog's operational capabilities, and more specifically, laser targeting. So what exactly is that? It's simply the dog's ability to be guided to a specific target using a laser. And what's it used for? To designate a specific target to attack, a specific spot for explosive detection, for example, to indicate an object to retrieve, or to point out a place for victim search, for instance. Anything is possible. It simply helps the dog understand, hey, look, you see that spot over there? I want you to go there and do something I've taught you to do. Because obviously, anything is possible. It's just about designating a target for the dog, so the dog understands, okay, I see this point of interest. My handler wants me to pay attention to this point of interest, and now I'm going to do what he tells me to do. Or I'm conditioned to do something specific when the laser's on. I'll give you some concrete examples of how this can be put into practice. You have a group in front of you, a hostile group. You want to send your dog to attack a specific person in the group. Thanks to the laser, you'll be able to designate that person and send the dog to attack just that individual. Another example? You have a specific spot where you suspect there might be an explosive trap. You point your laser at it, send your dog, and he'll do the detection at that exact spot. You can do anything you want thanks to laser targeting. This is really a basic training that every professional dog handler should know. A lot of people use it, and there are many different ways to teach it to a dog. I'm going to explain my method to you. First of all, I work on the dog's emotional management. I don't want a crazy dog. I want a dog that has a brain, that thinks, that's calm, not a dog that as soon as it sees the laser wants to chase after it like a maniac. In that case, you completely lose the dog's mental and intellectual abilities, and that's absolutely not what I want. What I want is for the dog to see the laser and be like, okay, I saw the laser, I'm calm, I'm settled, and I'm waiting for instructions. It's not more complicated than that. Just a calm dog. So I work a lot on emotional management, and I approach it in a specific way that I'll explain to you in detail in this video. So for me, the first step in training is to get the dog interested in the laser. I just want the dog to see the laser and look at it. So when I give the command laser, right at the very start of my training, when I'm conditioning this command, when I say laser, the dog just needs to turn its head, look for the laser, and as soon as it sees it, lock onto it and show me that it spotted the target I was pointing out. So I'm just creating exercises here to show you that when I say laser, the dog just turns its head, spots the laser, and simply locks onto it. From there, I'm going to give a command, any command. If I give the command go, the dog will just move and wait for the next commands. And I can keep moving them from point to point like this, endlessly. On the other hand, if I tell him to climb, for example, the dog will climb onto the target I've indicated. If I tell him to do explosive detection, he'll immediately start searching the ground for the scent. If I tell him to attack, he'll attack the target. So that's how my conditioning works. When I say laser, the dog just has to turn his head and look. As soon as he locks onto it, I know he's acknowledged it and seen the target I pointed out to him. And from there, I'll give whatever command I want so the dog does what I expect from him. That's it. This was a very short video. It's my first one in English. I'm using AI to help me, as you probably noticed, so I can translate because my English isn't good enough yet to explain everything I'd like to explain to you, but that's coming very soon. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this first video.